Yeah, hey there. So, little update. Beast day yesterday. If you followed that other video, then we're back. So I was running on the track and went for a walk barefoot in the center greenery. Got stung by a bee and it took me out, and I walked around all day on it, not really realizing that it was getting swollen and ballooned up quite a bit. Maybe it was a sign that we went a little bit too quick, but I don't know, because a big part of this is just facing the fear that has been so um, programmed, and all chronic pain sufferers, that we fear every little thing in life, the way we move, things we do. Our lives are just completely derailed and controlled by fear. So part of me just wants to bulldoze through the fear, get back to the things I love to do, and show my mind who is boss, because now I know what this is. This is TMS. I'm reading The Divided Mind by Dr. John Sarno. This is my second book that I'm reading by him, and he coined this term TMS, which is tension myositis syndrome. But what it means is that the brain is sending physical symptoms to your body through pain to distract your conscious mind from your unconscious emotion. And that is repressed emotions like anger, rage, sadness, fear, guilt, shame, things that derive from childhood a lot, but also that, we feel we should not be feeling. So for example, people who tend to be worriers like me, growing up always kind of fearing letting people down. I worry about being judged and that people will be disappointed in me. Perfectionists, goodists who, have the self-image of somebody who's very good, and that kind of makes them feel like they can't express these suppressed emotions. Also, this is what a Japanese shower looks like. It's my favorite thing about living in Japan, honestly. It's a wet room, so you got the shower here, and then you got the bath, and the whole thing gets wet. It's just an experience in itself. Anyways, ice and the bee sting. And so realizing that this is TMS, and now it's just like I can't unsee it. Everything is making sense. The type of person I am, being kind of a worrier, and how these, I thought that this injury came about. I thought that this chronic pain came through an injury about 6 years ago, and just realizing that Dr. John Sarno talks about in the book that it's talks about in the book that the brain uses an injury as a distraction to make you think that that is what caused the pain. So it waits for an opportune moment to strike, pretty much. And I thought that it was an injury, a bulging disc, when I was 21, but my brain just used this, this moment to make it seem like this is what's really happening. And you now have a bulging disc, that's what's causing the pain, but it's not supposed to last for more than 6 or 8 weeks, any sort of injury. Except for like an ACL tear and stuff, which could take a year, but after that, when it becomes chronic, it's because of these suppressed emotions. And it is just absolutely fascinating. And one thing from the book, just getting into this one, he has 3 major books, Dr. Sarno. The first one, Healing Back Pain, it's great. It's actually free on YouTube just to listen to, a few hours. I can post a link to that. And this is kind of his third and last one that's supposed to be really good, The Epidemic of Mind-Body Disorders. It's kind of another way to think about this condition. And one part here that I found interesting says, it is one thing to accept the concept that the mind has great power over the body, but quite another to internalize that knowledge and to understand it on a deeply personal basis. So, education is the first part of this process. Every day, I'm using the app Curable to guide this process. And every day I do a lesson, like to educate myself on what's happening. This app Curable, it's all about TMS and how to learn about the mind-body connection and expressing your suppressed emotions. So every day learning about it, educating yourself, that in itself has healed a lot of people. Just reading Dr. John Sarnor's books has healed thousands of people of chronic pain. For me, I've realized that there's a lot that I just have to unpack from my childhood and suppressed emotions. And starting therapy, had my first session already, and that's already like just opened the floodgates of just things that I know got to work through, but already seeing the improvement in that. But education is just the place you start. But then it takes time to, like you said, for the subconscious to internalize this information. And really, you have to fight it. You have to fight the brain that has been so conditioned to believe that the body is broken. You have to fight it at every turn and rewire the way that we've been programmed to think through this process and through the medical treatments that make us think that we have something wrong with our body, and it's all just a system, and just the big realization for me is just knowing that I'm not broken instead of living my life trying not to break. It's incredible. Like running yesterday, knowing that I'm not broken instead of running, trying like I'm not, instead of running, trying not to break. And just let that sink in. It's changes everything. Now, no matter what happens, because there inevitably will be breakdown, like, little flare-ups and hitches in the road on this journey. It's not linear as well. It will take time and patience and persistence, but now I know, and now I'm free. No matter what happens, I know this is in my brain, and it's not that it's all in your head. The pain is physical because the brain is sending real pain signals to your body, and but I know what it is. It's coming from the emotion. It's coming from unsolved energy inside of me, and now I know I'm not broken. The body is healed, and it's the mind that needs healing. So, update. This is me.